What's going on, everybody? My name is Matt and welcome to Downshift. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video. I am in the all-new for 2019 GMC Sierra, and let's talk about truck stuff and get that taken care of right off the bat. So in this new GMC Sierra, you have 12,100 pounds towing capacity. You have a payload capacity of over 2,000 pounds, 2,140 pounds. This thing is seriously muscular. You also have 9 inches of ground clearance. You can get an AT4 trim that's going to give you an extra 2 inches, beefing it up to 11 inches. AT4 trims also come with all sorts of off-roady rubber and reinforced suspension and all that stuff for off-road capability. One big story for this 2019 Sierra is it's shed 360 pounds, and somehow it's 4 inches, up to 4 inches taller in some trims. So it's a huge, huge truck, but it's managed to save weight. Maybe it has something to do with the optional carbon fiber bed in the Denali trims. You can get that in the coming year. In any case, you can expect to get about 17 mpg city, 21 mpg highway for all-wheel drive models. If you drop down to two-wheel drive models, don't know why you would, but if you do, you can get about 23 mpg highway, so it's not so bad. Now, one of the big things about this new GMC Sierra is their 6-point multi-pro tailgate. It is pretty incredible. You can have it 6 different ways for whatever it is you need. Check it out. Once you have that tailgate down, you can expect a 5-foot 8-inch bed or the 6-foot bed. This bed is much wider than previously. They've cut out a lot in the fender. They have fantastic lighting in the bed now. It's a delightful, very roomy place to put stuff. One really American and cool thing that I think about this GMC Sierra is that it only comes in V8 options right now. You can get a 5.3 liter V8, that's the one I'm in, or you can get a 6.2 liter V8. That's the optioned up one. The 5.8 is the base for now. In the next year or so, I believe it's still within 2019, for the 2019 model year, but within the next couple months, there will be a 3-liter turbo diesel option. So that's really exciting. That's gonna increase horsepower and low-end torque. In my base 5.3 liter V8, you can expect 350 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. One of the really cool things is this car has not only auto start-stop, but it also has cylinder deactivation. This thing can shut all of its cylinders down aside from 2 and be extremely fuel efficient when highway cruising or not needing much power. This 5.3 liter engine comes with a 8-speed automatic transmission. If you option up to the 6.2 liter V8, you will get Ford and GM's co-produced kind of 10-speed automatic transmission, the same transmission that was in that Ford Raptor that I shot the other week. It's a lovely, super quick, responsive automatic transmission. Well done. Now, real quick, I want to talk to you about interior features and creature comforts. So there are 6 trims available on this GMC Sierra. You can expect to get full LED headlights and taillights on all trims. My tester is the SLT trim, which is 1 step below the top Denali. And personally, I'm not a huge Denali fan. I don't love that chrome. But in any case, in the Denali trims, you can expect to get adaptive ride control, the carbon bed that I was talking about, the first heads-up display in the industry for, I should say, this segment, a 360 camera, 22-inch wheels as optional. I would definitely not go with those, especially if you're going to take this off-road, and to be completely honest, they look a little bit ugly in my opinion. You can also expect heated and cooled seats on Denali trims. My SLT trim also has it, and it has a heated steering wheel as well. In the middle of the dash, you have the 8-inch IntelliLink infotainment system. It's fairly good. It's responsive. It's got a nice wheel that you can control it with. It's where I would expect a tuner knob to be, but it is fairly responsive and nice. It's touchscreen as well as being controlled by the knob. And also, as it should, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, in Denali trims, you can option up to that 7-inch heads-up display. That, again, is a first for this segment, so well done, GMC. It looks crisp and vivid. So this GMC Sierra comes with a pretty standard safety suite. You get active lane keep assist and front collision mitigation. One thing that I'm moderately shocked by is that you cannot option adaptive cruise. You can pay as much as you want, you can get the highest trim you want with everything, but you won't get adaptive cruise. You also won't get a panoramic sunroof, but I'll get to that in a minute. The 360 camera and the parking cameras, the rear view, all that stuff, they're okay. In my opinion, some views can get a little bit blurry. On higher trims, you get a lot more camera angles. In mine, as it zooms in a little bit, you really get kind of a distorted image. I think it's really hard to see what's going on. One thing that I actually love as a new Android user is that this car is equipped with not one, but 2 USB-C outlets. It also has a wireless charger. Of course, it's got traditional USBs and a nice kind of house outlet in the front as well. But it has loads and loads of practicality. I was really, really excited to see a USB-C charger in this truck. My tester does not have this option. However, in Denali trims, your rear view mirror up at the front of your windshield will actually turn into a camera. Not really sure why you would need that, but it's one of the first to do that. It actually looks pretty good. I'm just used to the normal mirror, but you know, the Lexus ES is going to, you know, cameras for their side view mirrors, so maybe that's where the industry's going. One thing that this truck does phenomenally well is trailering. There's an entire trailering menu within the infotainment system, and you can select all sorts of things. You can program trailers, you can have it keep track of what size and dimensions yours are. It's fantastic, it's extremely intuitive. You have controls that you would normally expect, so well done, Sierra. Also, the back seat on this Sierra is huge. It's palatial. You could fit like 6 people back there. You could fit one person on the left, one person on the right, one person in the middle, and then one laying down at their feet. There's so much legroom. It's amazing. There's also a cutout at the top of the roof where you would expect the panoramic sunroof to be, although you cannot option a panoramic sunroof. Again, you can spend as much money as you want in this thing, you can't get it. But it does have a nice cutout for taller people, so you can fit real adults back there. It actually is quite comfortable. You also get 3-level heated seats, another USB charger, and another 12-volt. So enough about creature comforts, let's talk about the ride on this thing. And one thing that I have to say, this is the base engine and typically the base transmission, but it actually is extremely smooth. The seating position, while this truck is massive, I don't feel as kind of disassociated with the road. I don't feel as imposing as I did in the Raptor. I think that one was a lot wider. It actually is, I believe it's 84 inches wide. This stands by the legal rule of being about 79.9 inches wide, so it doesn't have to be a commercial vehicle and have that lighting package and all that stuff. But it actually drives fairly well. The transmission kicks down into downshifts when you need it to. The V8 is nice, it's fairly efficient, but more than anything, this thing is just smooth. I mean, I would like a little bit more feel from the brake. The brake bite isn't fantastic. But you know, that's enthusiast stuff. This is a truck. This is not a sports car. This is something that you want to haul your kids, your crap, you know, and a whole bunch of other stuff wherever you need to go. So I think for that, it really accomplishes that. It's extremely comfortable. It's fairly luxurious. The materials are fairly good. There is some hard, scratchy plastics down by where your feet are, lower on the dash. But you know, you get some really nice leathers in here. The stitching looks good. You get really nice amenities with the wireless charging and things like that. You have nav as standard, which is fantastic. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that best stuff. One thing I did want to mention, however, is the Denali trim. Like I said, you can option up to 22-inch wheels. Don't do that. They're super uncomfortable. Honestly, they don't look very good in my opinion, so I wouldn't bother. But it does come with adaptive dampers, which can soften up the ride even more. I have my truck in race mode. There's essentially 3 drive modes. There's normal, trailering, and checkered flag, which is sport, I guess. Still, it's not super sporty. This is a big truck. Although it has lost weight for this year, so good for that. But it's still not super responsive, but it's a truck. It's not supposed to be. Like, I'm leaning over, 6 degrees because I'm so high up off the ground. But it doesn't matter. That's not what this truck is about. I did actually hear a rumor that in the 6.2 liter V8 in rear wheel drive, you can do burnouts, which is amazing. It's simply because in that 6.2 liter form, you get 460 pound-feet of torque. Imagine all that power going to the rear wheels. Even if you have stuff in the bed, I'm sure you can get those back wheels loose with all that torque. So I would consider optioning up to the 6.2, but this 5.3 liter V8, it's not bad. Now, what can you expect to pay to get into one of these? If you really want the base crew cab, you can expect to pay about $46,700. If you want the fully optioned up Denali and everything like that, you can expect to pay up to $65,000, which sounds like a lot, especially when you don't get adaptive cruise or a panoramic sunroof. However, if you think about it, you can option up a Ford F-150 to over 70 grand. That Raptor that I drove the other week, that was $71,000. Granted, it's a Raptor and all that stuff, but this is a bit more luxurious. It's a bit better designed on the interior. The materials are much nicer. So I think it's worth it. I like this SLT trim. Like I said, I'm not a huge Denali guy. I wouldn't go for the chrome. That's just me. But it is a great improvement. It is a fantastic truck. So well done, GMC. Great Sierra for 2019. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.